Hi guys, I hope that you're well and you're prepared for this video. So pay close attention and remember well all the things that we learned in phonetic class. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you Mark. Yes, Mark. He's 28 years old, he's a kindle, gentle, and sweaty man. Currently, he works with the customs, with different companies to help them to move to UK or England. He's from England. He was born in Suffolk, specifically in Ipswich. It's a district and the capital of Suffolk. It has a huge tourist since the Iron Age. Further, it has a big maritime trade and a beautiful historical buildings. It's a nice district with a lot of dialects and diversity in the language.
Good morning. My name is Valeria Ortega Rojas, and in this part we are going to talk about some features of connected speech that we found at the moment to analyze the audios that Mark sent to us. Some of the features that we identified were reduction and linking. Reduction. This feature was seen in the following words.
Companies move cargo to and from England, and I also help local companies move cargo within the UK.
Here we can see the way that he reduces the word and to n. The same happens in the same word in this part.
My daily routine during my job involves tracking vessels, doing customs entries, and speaking to customers to arrange their deliveries.
This shows that it is the most common weak sound that he produced in his speech. Also, in the next sentence, we can hear
I enjoy Asian food, so rice and noodles, and basically anything from the Far East.
Did you notice the way that he said the word basically? Exactly. He said basely. And that is another example of reduction in Mark's speech. Now the feature linking. And we found first
I come from England, which is located within the United Kingdom.
we notice that he enjoins the words located and in forming locating to facilitate the pronunciation of both words. In the next audio we found
and basically anything from the Far East.
this part was a little bit difficult to understand, but then we noticed that he linked the words far and east, forming forest. And finally we found in the next audio,
but then I also enjoy the standard fish and chips, which
here we can see how he enjoyed those words saying fishing. Those were some of the characteristics of connected speech in our project.
Yeah, another analysis that we did is the stress. Practically is analyze the characteristics in the voice of Mark. The first circumstance goes to explain a little bit part of the meaning of the stress. The stress. The meaning is the intensity that we put in a syllable with a little effort for a correct pronunciation of the words. Okay, this intensity is caused of the increased loudness and vowel length, full articulation of the vowels, and change in tone. In the examples below, bold letters indicate stressed syllables. An example of the stress is 1. when a noun or adjective stems from an one-syllable word, for example, arch and mint. The stress usually stays in a syllable of the original word. Art, artist. The stress stays in art. And mint is mint and re-mint. The stress is and mint. Second, two difference between a noun and verb with the same spelling, stress position change. 3. In compound noun, two words merged into one. The stress is the first part. 4. The stress is generally at the end of the words, ending in "er". 5. The stress usually falls after the prefix. This this is examples of the stress.
Okay, now the stress part in Mark's audios. It's easy to identify stress when Mark speaks, as he speaks slowly and makes it easier to understand. For example, when Mark said that he enjoyed Asian food, he said enjoy with emotion and stress that is easy to identify at the beginning of the word. We were able to find the stress in many of the words that Mark told us. The words where we found the stress the most. Okay, the first aspect we talked about was about his presentation, and he told us that he come from England, and England said it with notable stress. In the second part, where he tell us about his preference, as he had already said, it was enjoy. In the third part, where he tell us about his routines, the word was involves. The fourth part talks about his studies and the word is international. And the last part tell us about his hobbies, and when he tell us that some of his hobbies include to play soccer, when he pronounced the word include, it seemed evident to use in the first syllable.
The sentence rhythm. The sentence rhythm has a relation with the previous topics. Basically, this depends of the others. The rhythm is created by the speakers for the intention that they put and the stress of the words. In more case, we can find the stress timed and the prosodic stress. The verbs are words that have a natural stress. These determine the rhythm and the duration of the sentence. It means, for example, that you have a number of words with a stress and these have a duration. For example, these words that say Mark.
Doing customs entries and
If you put more words without the stress, it will have the same duration, and it's because the words with a stress determine the duration of the sentence. We will see an example with this. The three words with stress are doing custom centers. This with written is doing custom centers. Are you doing custom centers? Are you doing a custom centers? Are you doing all the custom centers? And the prosodic stress is the emphasis that you put by importance or for the intention that you wanna give them. For example, with the same stress words and the same last previous statement. Are you doing all the custom centers or are you doing all the custom centers? Then, the prosodic stress that the speakers put can change the sense of the statement and obviously the duration. Here we can listen and see both the stress but conversation of Mark. The yellow is the time stress and the blue is the prosodic stress.
But then I also enjoy the standard fish and chips, which you can get in the UK, and a good Sunday roast.
I hope that you could identify them. On the other hand, we can say that the rhythm of Suffolk's sentence is affected for other factor, that is the dialect that they have. Mark have a dialect eastern of Ipswich, and they have changed a lot of words and items with the pass of time. Have like hip or av, rate like root, and I don't know like woohoo. Also, they have innovated some words and items like hurting root, billy whoop, and couple trip. Conclusions. The sentence reading depends of a lot of things like the stress time, the prosodic stress, and also the connected speech. It's up the intention and the importance, and the dialect and the change have a big influence in this. Thanks a million for watching.